Hello, hello. I am coming at you live, guys. How are you? Yay, I think yes, now we're on. Um, yeah, I'm coming from StreamYard again. I'm kind of liking this platform, so I'm going to keep using it. Listen, the fact is happy December. It is the final month of the year. I'm so excited for many of you in here who are offering up your services right now, who are in line with your messaging. This is your month. And because I've had conversations with you about this, I know you know what I mean. For the rest of you who maybe have just joined this group and you're just checking it out and you're wondering what we do here, I've decided to come on today because I wanted to talk with you about that feeling of what it means to step into your expertise versus kind of a novice and the way they would go about marketing in December. And I just wanted to share and wax on a bit about what that could mean. And, if you were in that headspace of, I completely know who I am, I completely know who my audience is, I know how I can get to them, and I know the message that's going to resonate, I know exactly where my expertise is. How would that feel this month if you could just jump there? Pretty good, right? So that's kind of what I'm going to talk about, because in these months, and I mean, I don't know what it's doing where you live, but this is really wet, and we had a beautiful snow day yesterday, but it's darker and it gets darker earlier, and I find a lot of people struggle in these months with, finding the juice, right? Finding that energy. What am I going to talk about? Maybe you've done this. So I decided to turn it into a little post about kind of what we don't want to do, and where I'm going to challenge you guys in this group not to slip into, is acting like a novice with this month with your marketing. I know that's a big ask, and here's what I mean. I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm going to break down what it looks like and what I mean by that. Okay. I actually posted an article, I believe yesterday, I had published in Thrive Global. So if you haven't looked at that, take a look at it. It gives 3 crystal clear ways that you maybe haven't thought about approaching your marketing this month, like right now, December. So go there and read it. It's going to kind of provide some context to what I'm talking about today. And I was really glad I got that out at the final hour, the 11th hour, but I wanted to do it pre-2021 because we have all kinds of things to talk about in 2021, right? About stepping up in leadership and how you're going to start off January. But I wanted to tackle this month. It's an important one. So it's truth time. And I want to ask yourself if you're acting kind of, reverting into this kind of novice. I don't really want to be, I'm going to step outside, or step back rather. And some people are choosing to just kind of go silent a little bit. It's December, everyone will understand. And I'm just challenging you that that's not what experts are doing right now. Okay, so see if this scenario makes sense for you. Let's say it's a Monday, and it's like you don't have any content, or you don't know what to talk about with your group or your people or your peers or your team, and let alone go out and getting new clients, right? So maybe you have your channels, but there's no content generated on them yet. So you think, okay, no big deal. It's Monday at 3. I'm gonna share this article here. Someone else wrote it, but it kind of speaks to my industry. I'll put that up. So then Wednesday rolls around and you think, shoot, I really haven't come up with anything. Oh, I found a cool meme, or this is, again, has someone else's logo on it. No big deal. I'm just going to use that, and that looks good, or that sounds like me. So I'm going to post that. And then Friday comes around and there's a little bit of guilt setting in, like, I haven't been on top of it this month. We all know that feeling, or this week, we all know that feeling. And now you just kind of feel a little bit of that guilt, a little bit lame, and you throw up something to do with like heading into the weekend or whatever it is. I'm not saying those things are wrong to do. What I'm saying is, if that is how your typical week goes, that you've kind of checked that box, moving on, I can think about the weekend, or I can get back to that, project to do for that client I hate, or whatever it is. If you're just checking the box, I want you to imagine that's typical classic novice behavior, okay? And it's not where you want to be this month, or really any month, when you're stepping into this thing called expertise. The classic novice behavior, it's like only using other people's stuff to share what you have to say. So you share articles that other people have written, or, they put their thoughts together, or his blog's better. I'm just going to use that. Says the same thing I mean, and, or short and shallow posts. I'm just going to get it out, get it over with. Doesn't really take it to the next level. And the third thing is, if your behavior and your marketing starts to, what you're doing is avoid the real problems of your customers. Are you avoiding those real pain points of your customers? Are you just afraid to go there, not confident to go there? Okay? That's what I mean by this novice behavior. And if you have been doing what you're doing, and if you love it as much as you do, which I know you do, maybe you've been doing it 10 years, 20, 30, but you still haven't stepped into owning what you know about it and what you love about it. That is what I'm talking about, okay? So the reason you're struggling, guys, to come up with the content or to come up with what to say is that you're unsure of the real value of what you have to offer. That is really what's going on here. I apologize for one thing, because I don't know yet in this stream if I can see comments. And if you're asking questions, I hope it pops up in here. But I'm not ignoring you, so just keep listening, and I'll answer your questions in the comments later. So what I was saying is, the real problem is that you're unsure of the true value that you offer, okay? Or either that, or if you're sure there's value, you aren't quite sure how to link yourself to the value. So there's a imposter syndrome, or there's lack of confidence, or there's uncertainty in there. Those two things are very fixable, okay? But I want you to imagine just for a moment what it would feel like, okay, if you could if you could create some more powerful, intelligent marketing or posts, okay? Even if you hate writing, guys, what if you could feel that every single day? Even if you didn't like writing at all, what if it just came from this place and it was powerful, it was truthful, got to the point, and it showed all your talents and all your goods? And what if you could start seeing your engagement go up, either when you're speaking to a group of people virtually or live or whatever it is, you have the comment section pop up, or people approaching you after an event, live or online. Hey, I really like what you said. Hey, what you said really impacted me. You made a great point when you said. That's the kind of engagement I mean. What if you could do that without adding a million more bullet points to your slides, without adding more stuff to your posts, without posting 10 different times on 8 different channels, but making the same impact? That's what I'm talking about in behaving in that way. And the last thing is, like, what we talk about here, and what I love helping people do, is to be actually excited about reaching out. It's stepping out on that Monday morning with a new, a little bit of vigor. It's because you know that your offer has something that people need, that it actually has value. So when you're showing up as an expert, your marketing feels different, because number one, you're being completely yourself. You're being completely authentic with what you know and what you've been through and who you are. And then number two, you know exactly who you're going to help. And number three, you know how to say it. So you see the difference. It goes from this muddiness and this tangle of what if and everything into, oh, here's the string I got to pull this week. I want to get a lot of you more into that feeling of clarity and certainty, so that you only just have to pull on that one string, right, over and over again, and it's going to make more and more impact. It's going to make the groove a little deeper every time you sit down. And that's what I mean by today's post and what the marketing should feel like. So I have posted about this a couple of times, just in different videos, about that feeling of stepping into your expertise. So feel free to go back. I think that's under thought leadership if you search that term. But a couple more examples I want to give you, and I want you to see if you fall in one of these boxes. So if you're kind of differences between novices and expert, trust me, nothing wrong with being a novice. That means a novice is like, you're just starting out. But I'm saying, if you've been at this for a while, if you know this is what you should be doing, or if you even know this is something that is speaking on your heart, or it's been there for a few years, you really got to get this out. That's what I'm talking about. You can quickly get into expert mode, okay? So during the pandemic, great example. The novices and the uncertainty and the people that weren't doing great, what they were doing during the pandemic is watching the news, right? Probably biting their nails and hoping things got better. What was the expert doing during the pandemic? I mean, we're still in the pandemic, I guess you could say. But what, the last crazy 6 months, 8 months, let's just look back at this year. What was the expert doing? They were watching their industry and they were trying to predict what it meant for the customer. Okay, see the difference? They were taking action. The second thing, what novices are doing, novices do things like you're not sure you're hit the right tone, or you're unsure you're going to offend someone, so you say nothing. That's an example of that behavior in your marketing. What the expert does is they adapt their message to exactly where their audience is at, and they hit that message hard. They don't hold back because no one has time to hold back. When they're on mission and on purpose, there is not time to waste to get the message exactly to who needs it. That's the feeling, right? So, and the last one is, and this is very common, what the novice is doing, or the novice type of behavior, I suppose, is doling out tips and advice, right? Tips and advice, tips and advice, tips and advice. And what the expert is doing instead of that is sharing their insights, right? They're basing it on experience, and you're able to apply it in as many different circumstances as possible. So you don't give away kind of your best stuff. You are bringing people on a journey to help them help themselves out of where they're at. So that one's a little bit more, you need to maybe noodle that around a little bit with your head, but it's not the tips and advice and doling out this and that. People want more from you. They want you to lead you. They want you to guide. They want you to be guided and led, right? Based on your experience and what you have to say. So couple examples, and I want you to put yourself there at the beginning of December. Just keep following, keep challenging yourself to put that out there and step into this, because when we do that, this feeling, this sensation, it can feel so much different when we decide, right? Yes, I have something of value to offer, and no, I no longer want to behave like a novice over this. I just want people to hear me and see me for what I am. Okay, that's where I want you. And I want you to feel that way, not only stepping into your week. I want you to feel that way through December. I want you to feel that way January, February, March, April. No matter what happens and what comes our way, we can build what you want to do in that time frame, right? It's a matter of, like I said, connecting that value. So you understanding that the real value you offer, but more importantly, how are you connecting yourself to that? That's the missing piece of the puzzle, guys. I love helping people do that. I want to help you get there too. I'm going to encourage you, if this is the first time you're hearing this, that's fine. If you found the group through another means, there's a webinar I'd love you to watch, and it's in the About section. That's going to help you get really crystal clear about what it means to be an in-demand expert. And you can kind of assess where you're at in that, and then you go ahead and take the next step, which might be, hey, I'm ready to discover, like, is this me, and am I ready? I'm going to put the book a link call. I believe I have to now put it in the bottom of the comments. But I always kind of offer that. You're welcome to DM me and ask me questions, no matter what industry you're in, because that's what I'm here to do. And we need to pull some of you over this bridge before the new year. It's the reason that I wrote the article. It's the reason I rushed it to print, because people need to hear this message now. And for some of you, they are waiting. They're waiting for you to step up, right? They are ready to hear what you have to say, even if you're not sure exactly how that's going to land yet, or even if you're not sure people are going to take you seriously yet. I encourage you to take the next step and just book that call, because you'll be on the road to something so much greater. And you can forget all those, silly feelings of, what am I doing here? Like, what's the point? We shouldn't feel that way. I want the holidays to feel empowering in your marketing. So if I can help you there, absolutely. I'll do everything I can. I'm looking forward to getting maybe a couple questions or comments. A lot of you decide to DM me after these two, and that's perfect. It's a nice private way, just like, hey, what's going on? Where are you stuck? We can do that too. So I look forward to meeting each and every one of you that has joined in the last couple weeks. And I will, I hope that you get a lot out of both the article I posted yesterday and out of this video. So let me know who you are. Say hi in the chat. Wow, this is 15 minutes. Oh my goodness. See, I must have had something to say. Must have been important. Thank you for sticking around. And I will definitely be talking with you guys real soon. Happy December, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.